Hi guys, long time no talk. I apologize for that. I I don't want to make this a really long intro, but this is probably the longest I've gone without filming an upload, or not filming. This is probably the longest I've gone without uploading a video in the entire time I've had this channel. Welcome back to my channel. You're here for home fragrance stuff, and we will get there. I just feel like I owe you guys a little bit of an explanation. I'm doing well over here. As to where I've been, because I know some of you are just so dedicated to my regular videos, and it's, you know, it feels like we're friends. And without boring you for an hour, I figure I'll at least just give you sort of an explanation. Words are hard today. It's like I've forgotten how to talk to a camera. Yeah. So, October was a bit of a shit show. I finally caught COVID. Yeah, so I somehow have worked frontline as an essential worker since day one of the pandemic. And I don't know how I made it this long without getting it, but I finally caught COVID in October. So that, first of all, that was a thing. It was rough. I definitely have seen others go through worse than myself. In fact, I'm quite positive I caught it from work. I'm pretty sure I know where I got it from. And yeah, it was a very interesting experience. A coworker of mine got it. She tested positive just before I did. So it was really interesting to sort of notice like the stages of COVID together, because I was 4 days behind her. And yeah, it was rough, guys. And I'm not gonna lie, I did lose my taste, I did lose my smell, but that's also not uncommon for me when I get sick. If I get a cold or a sinus infection, or even when my allergies are really bad, when I get stuffed up enough, I can't taste or smell. So that was rough. So obviously I wasn't gonna film anything fragrance related when I can't smell anything to talk to you about what the smell is. And I definitely wasn't going through as much of my home fragrance stuff because I couldn't smell. I got through some stuff because I was just trying to make myself happy. I went through a lot of candles, I went through a lot of things, and I even got it together enough to film a home fragrance Empties part 2. Did I do a part 1? I don't think I did. Like, I don't think I did any home fragrance Empties videos in October, which is just crazy. So anyway, I did film one, and I deleted it. I did not upload it because in addition to the COVID, something has been going on with my hands. I think I might have mentioned that in a video recently. Yeah, we weren't sure if I had like nail fungus or what was going on. It was, it's been pretty rough. It was pretty painful. My fingers look terrible. They look much better now. My test results came back negative, no fungus, which, I mean, my doctor and I didn't think it was fungus, but we also didn't know what the hell was going on. So, yeah, I did film a home fragrance Empties as I was starting to recover from COVID. And I wore gloves in the video because it's really hard for me to show you guys things and hide my fingertips. And I just really didn't want to get into it on YouTube. And I really didn't, I mean, it's embarrassing, it's awkward, it's ugly. So I wore gloves thinking, you know, I'll just address that's why I'm wearing gloves, because you guys don't care. All you care about is the home fragrance. And then I went to upload the video and I was like, I look ridiculous. I'm wearing gloves. Like, it's just, I just got really self-conscious, and at the last minute deleted the video as it was uploading because I just didn't want to deal with it. Now that I know the test was negative, and I am seeing some very, very slow improvement. Like I said, my nails don't look great, my fingertips don't look great, but they're much better. Much better. It may not seem like it if you see them, but it is much better. And yeah, doctor's orders are just keep doing what I'm doing because it's working. He's thinking it's, trauma from all of the things, mostly work related, sweaty hands, wearing gloves, too much water. I do get sweaty hands. So putting surgical gloves on top of that at work could have definitely contributed to the trauma. So I've been careful and seen improvement with that. So I have to stay the course, keep up doing what I'm doing. And as embarrassing as it is, and those of you who've been with me for a while, like I love having my nails painted. And I think that's why it got so bad without me noticing, because I always keep my nails. I like having cute nails. It is what it is. And I didn't realize something was really wrong until my fingernails started almost feeling like tight, like pressure. And I thought, I'm going to take my polish off because this is weird. Like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh shit, whoa, what's going on? So yeah, let's just hope that's all it is. And that if I keep following my doctor's orders, it's going to get better. 6 minutes. Sorry. But I just felt like you guys deserve an explanation as to where I've been. So again, they look awful. I'm sorry. Please don't look. But here we are. Over COVID. Fingertips haven't fallen off yet. And we're on the mend. So yeah, let's talk about something positive. Home fragrance. Yeah, this is like my jam. Y'all know this. That's what you're here for. Again, I apologize. But today is November. Oh, I don't have my watch on and I'm filming on my phone. 17th, 18th, something like that. I think today's the 18th. So this will be my November 2022 Home Fragrance Empties Part 1. I ended up, after I deleted that video that I uploaded. Well, no. Okay, this is what actually, let me confirm the timeline here. I filmed that video, recycled all the things, or threw them away, like depending on what it was. And after recycling everything, that was when I went to upload the video and decided to delete it. So that's the only thing I do kind of regret. Like I wish that I had just decided to wait and not film it so that I could still go through all that stuff with you guys, because there was a ton of stuff. I think it was the whole month of October stuff. It was a lot. I know there was laundry stuff in there. There was everything, but it is what it is. I'm sorry, that stuff's gone. But let's talk about what I've gotten through so far in November. And I will say, in the kitchen, I have Cranberry Woods, my beloved. So you'll see that in the next empties. But as far as stuff that I just have finished in the last like 2-3 weeks, Sancy Scent Soft, no surprise here. I'm laughing because typically I use Scency's washer whiffs, like the large tub, with the Scent Soft. And I did. And usually I use them up around the same time. It's very close, like it's usually within a couple of loads of laundry. So I finished up the whiffs in October. They were in the bin that I recycled and you didn't see. And I said in the video that I did not upload that, oh, in the next empties, you'll see the Scent Soft. So here's the Scent Soft. Oof, clothesline, so freaking strong. Love it. I think my favorite form of clothesline is in a laundry line. It is so dang strong in the in wax, in the clam, that it is one of those scents where I can get away with like half of one cube in a warmer, and it's still so dang strong that like in my bedroom, I'll put half a cube in one of the 2 warmers. As soon as it pulls out, I turn it off and I can still smell it the next morning. It's kind of like Newborn Nursery in that way. Newborn Nursery is so dang strong and powdery. It literally like turned me right off. I have not warmed it in probably 8, 9, 10 years at this point because of that. But I can do clothesline in the laundry because it makes sense. And my theory was, because it's such a strong scent in wax, that if I bought it in the laundry, maybe I could just use like a teeny tiny bit to get that effect, that scent that I love, and save money, because this shit is expensive. Very expensive. Typically what I do is I add the Scent Soft to my club so I can get it 10% off. And then I get the washer whiffs, the big old $40 tub, which is insane, half price in my club for 20. It's the only way I can justify it. And honestly, even at that, I think I need to maybe reevaluate that. I just opened Black Raspberry Vanilla in the Scent Soft and the whiffs. And that was my backups. That's all I have left for Scentsy Laundry. So I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I get towards the end of that. But it's just, I love this stuff. And if money wasn't an issue, I wouldn't even talk about it. But it's getting expensive on them streets, y'all. I know, you're well aware. But yeah, Scent Soft is just a typical laundry scent. I think I prefer Clean Breeze, but this is stronger. So I would repurchase. Just like a teeny tiny bit in there. I don't know if you can hear it. No, you probably can't. Anyway, candles. It's funny, I haven't bought a candle in probably 6 months. I'm just going through my stash and it's like causing me a bit of anxiety because I like to have backups, but I just can't afford to hoard that way anymore. Like you'll notice you're not seeing a lot of hauls and stuff from me. So the first candle, this was my second. I bought 2 of these when it was released. I think it was a Candle Day release. Like, is the year on here? 2019 it must have been, because the code starts with a 9. And this was like a big hit that year. Sugared blueberry donuts, which isn't usually like, I'm not a big bakery person. Y'all know that. I do love blueberry, especially if it's like a candied blueberry instead of a real blueberry. But this actually smells like a blueberry sugared donut. I swear to God, you can almost smell powdered sugar. Also, completely unrelated, love the color of this wax. Love the label. I actually wanted to either take like a little reel video or something when this was burning just because it was so pretty, and then I never did. But I don't think this one has scent notes. Oh, it does. I don't remember what year we started getting scent notes. I know it was fairly recent here in Canada. Fresh picked blueberries. Okay. Glazed donut, sugarcane crystals. Good performer, like a medium strong. I wouldn't really want it any stronger. And it burned pretty dang good. I don't know how well you'll be able to see. Well, you can kind of see a little soot in there. Often, guys, when you see soot in my BBW candles, it's my fault because I will light them like this. So my lighter hits the glass, or I'll hold it there for too long and then I see like the scorch mark. But it did pretty dang good. You will see that the wicks are funky because this was self-extinguishing. The wicks were burning themselves out and I could barely get it to pool out around the halfway point. Shocker. BBW up to their old shenanigans. But yeah, so the wax is like around there. And I just kind of gave up on trying to get it to light because it just kept self-extinguishing. So I put it on my candle warmer, and that's why it looks like that. And that's why you can only see 2 wicks. The other one's probably drowned there in the wax. But yeah, not bad at all. But it was my last of that candle. It was my second one, and I don't know. If it came back, maybe I would repurchase it. I'm getting really picky with my Bath & Body Works candles just because of the bullshit with the performance. It's getting harder and harder for me to justify this stuff. Oh, my beloved. I think this is my 3rd one this fall. I'm just looking at my stash. Yes, I have 1 left, and I think I had 4. I had 3, and then I think I ordered another one. My beloved, my all-time favorite fall fragrance, and I'm sorry my hand is shaking, Autumn, and I think that's going to show up backwards for you. I'm sorry about that too. Bright red gala apple, juicy fig, eucalyptus leaf. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I always go through at least 2 of these every fall. It's just, and I say this every time, it's apple picking on a cool, crisp day. you get a little apple, you get a little wood, and I feel like you get like a fresh air vibe. It's so good. There's not a lot of scent in here, but I might throw this on my warmer today just to get a little more love out of it. Now, performance-wise, it was shit, which sucks because the last one I have in my stash is the same packaging, so it's probably also going to be shit. Yeah, maybe you'll be able to see this on camera. Can you see that the tip? No, maybe not. So the tip of the wicks is just like ash. It's just crumbling. And you can see there's some wax residue on the side. I'm okay with that, but I wasn't okay with the little puffs of black smoke I was seeing, and I really wasn't okay with the fact that it almost couldn't pool out. I remember, in fact, at one point, actually for both of these candles, in an attempt to keep them burnable, I had to dump wax out of them, which is so freaking wasteful. But I had to because I had to trim the wicks because they were so sooty and nasty. So I was trying to take as little off as I could because the wicks were drowning. And they ended up drowning anyway. But yeah, I don't know, maybe next year I'll just warm this in my warmers. But the reason I don't, and we will get to that now because it makes sense to talk about it now. Autumn road trip. Let's talk Scentsy because it's all I have left in here is some clams. So, Autumn road trip is a dupe, in my opinion, for autumn, except that, yeah, Autumn road trip is a little lighter on the apple, and I want just a bit more apple. So I often, and I've talked about this at length, and I'm sorry if you're tired of hearing about it, I often mix Autumn road trip. I don't know if I have any left. No, I don't. With Johnny Appleseed. I am officially out of Johnny Appleseed, I believe. And I was going to order a brick of it, but I don't know how I feel about ordering bricks anymore from Scentsy Club. And you guys have heard me complain about that too. But yeah, Autumn road trip is essentially autumn, but this is just a little heavier on the apple, so I prefer this. This is a better performer. This is a great performer. Great on its own. It doesn't have to have some Johnny in it. There is apple in it. It's a little more of the woodsy fresh air vibe, a little less on the apple. I believe this is in my club. I believe I've had it in my club since it was first released. I love Autumn road trip. Okay. What an interesting combo of scents that I got through. Yeah, we'll talk about this because I'm about to change it out. Happy birthday. People go nuts for this one. Depends on my mood. I remember being really excited to try Happy Birthday because, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, a lot of people were obsessed with it on YouTube and it just sounded amazing. And I remember it came back and I bring back my bar. So I ordered a 6-pack, 3 of the 6-pack, I ordered this without even having smelled it. And then I got it and I was like, okay, it's okay. It's a basic bakery. It's cake. And then by the end of the 3rd bar, I was like, I don't know. I think, again, it's because I'm not a bakery. That's not my favorite thing. So it was hard for me to get super excited about it. And then, yeah, I kind of got over it. And then I added it to my club again. And then I was bored of it. It comes back a lot. But, so I haven't warmed Happy Birthday in a long time. I couldn't even tell you. Maybe a year, maybe more. So right now I have it in my, if you can see that warmer right there, I have 2 of those. That's the, is it called Bubbled Iridescent? It was the warmer of the month. Anyway, I have 2 of those, and that's what's in there. Is half of the bar is in the one warmer, and then the other half is in the other warmer. It's ready to be changed out now. But the point I'm getting to, I really enjoyed this. Again, I have noticed that my preference in scent has changed the older I've gotten. I think, people's tastes change, people change. I think it was maybe that in part, and just because I hadn't warmed it in a long time, So I think I just appreciated it more. And I got more like vanilla cupcake this time. As where in the past, it was very like cake. And on cold, it is more like that. But I really enjoyed it warming this time. I don't think this is in my club anymore. No, I don't think so. And I don't even know if I have any more bars of it. I might have another one or two. If I do, I will enjoy them. But I think I would repurchase just to have like a bar or two on hand. I could live without it. My go-to basic bakery will always be sugar cookie, but this one performs better than sugar cookie. I think if I was to rate them, I don't know. Definitely sugar cookie would be number one. I think this would be number two, and then vanilla bean buttercream might be my third. Might be third place for me. I don't know. I think so. Talk about the bedroom scents last. Oh, this was a last minute decision. It was like, we had a very, very warm fall here in Southern Ontario. So as much as I wanted to smell all my favorite fall smells, I had put a lot of my fall bars away for next year. And then I was like, no, fall hasn't even really started yet. Like, pull some out. So I pulled out, roll the dice. I had intended on saving this for next year because I don't know. I wasn't super excited about it. Whew. Yeah, it was strong. It's strong in the clam. It's very, very interesting. It's like a woodsy cologne scent, but like elevated. There's something more to it. Is there apple in this? Is there a fruit in this? It's definitely not the dominant note, but yeah, I liked it. Crazy, crazy strength and throw. The performance on this is phenomenal. I think if I was to warm it again, I would probably back off a little bit on the wax, like maybe 1 or 2 cubes in the warmer instead of 3 or 4. Yeah, but it was okay. Now this was kind of a heartbreak for me. I finally warmed my bar of maraschino sugar cookie from last, I want to say December's Whiff Box. And it was a Whiff Box exclusive, and I loved it on cold. I thought, this is it. This is going to take the place for me of apple cherry strudel, which I loved, but I got no performance from. This seemed really strong on cold. So I put half a bar in this warmer, half a bar in the other one. That's a lot of wax. I couldn't really smell it. Like, at all. I remember at one point being like, what the hell? Like, are my warmers not working? Like, it's so freaking strong in here. And I hear other people saying it performs great. You know, I thought I'll finally warm it because I can get it in brick form now if I want to. So if I love it, let's test it, see if I love it, and then I'll get a brick. But I don't want to get a brick of something I can't smell. And now that I'm looking, maybe this is why I couldn't smell it, because all the oils are in the clam. And in fact, I remember trying to like pour the oil into the warmers when I took the wax out. But again, this bar is not even a year old, right? I got it last December. This is November. But that's a lot of oil. It smells amazing. Super, super, super sugary sweet cherry with a bakery background. I would be okay if this was just the cherry. But again, I'm a fruity gal, not a bakery gal. So I see why people are crazy for this. And maybe it's just not meant for my space. That seems to be a thing. It's too bad. And then, I'm sorry, I need to cough. I still have like a little bit of a cough since having COVID. It's way better than it was, but my last bar that I had in my stash of black raspberry vanilla, my overnight warmers, as I call them, I have in my kitchen and in my entryway element warmers that I just keep on 24/7. I was having a hard time. They were really stained with oil. I'm trying to think if it was, I don't remember what oil it was, but there was a bar that I had warmed and the oil was, usually I'll just use alcohol or like Scentsy cleaner to get the stain out. But I was like, no, I'm in the mood for black raspberry vanilla because at my front door, I have a black raspberry vanilla fragrance flower going right now. So it made sense to pair it with the wax. Loved it. I forgot how much I love this scent. Every time I warm black raspberry vanilla, I'm like, why don't I have this all the time? And then I remind myself, because then you won't enjoy it. Like, you have to, I do think that there is something to, if you overdo a scent, you become nose blind, right? So, and I will definitely say this performed better than the black raspberry vanilla did in the brick. I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely a thing for me. And even if oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm also right now using Black Raspberry Vanilla Body Care from BBW, and they are very, very similar. I would love if Scentsy would do their own Black Raspberry Vanilla Body Care. But, oh, it's so good. So good. I mean, I could go on with that scent forever, but I'm sure you've all tried Black Raspberry Vanilla. Ooh. I love this scent. Fluffy Fleece. This is so good. I just finished this in my bedroom. I started off with 2 cubes and then I tried 3 cubes in a different warmer, and oh, it's strong. Like, I just opened the clam. It literally smells like clean laundry that is fleece, like a fleece blanket, a fleece sweater. I don't know how they do that. It smells like fleece laundry, clean fleece laundry. It's unique and I love it. And it's funny that I don't normally love florals or powdery scents, but I feel like this is a powdery floral. But I think because it's like fresh air laundry, that kind of thing, that's my jam, right? Oh, it's so good. This one might end up in my club. It definitely has Atlantic Air vibes, and you guys know how I feel about my beloved Atlantic Air. So yeah, that may end up in my club. Such a good bedroom scent. I don't think I tried it in the bathroom, but I have a tiny bathroom, so if something works in my bedroom, it sure as hell is going to work in my bathroom as well. Sir, I'm just checking the time because I have a meeting shortly. Last but not least, and I'm warming this right now, I put this in a few days ago, another one of my beloveds in my bedroom, Ocean. Scentsy, please bring laundry back in Ocean. Please, please. It's so good. Again, like aquatic, floral, fresh air, clean laundry. You know, all of the things that I love. And also a great performer. This one I usually do stick to 2 cubes per warmer, and I can get away with it. So good. In fact, so good that I was laying in bed last night thinking, shit, my Scentsy club is gonna ship soon. Did I put this back in my club? Because I did put Ocean in my club at one point because I was obsessed. And then I took it out. And then it came back. And guess what? It is in my club. I do have 1 bar coming, so thank God. Because I love this scent. Speaking of club, so I have mentioned that I now only have a quarterly club, so I merged everything. So I have not ordered Scentsy in a long time, so I will get a Scentsy club haul in December. But yeah, this is what I got through so far in November 2022. Let's see what else I can get through by the end of the month. And like I said, I do have a Scentsy club coming in December. I think it processes on like the 10th. So hopefully I'll get it before the holidays, because if it's not shipped quickly, there's no way I'll get it before probably the new year, I would guess. I don't know. But because it is a quarterly club and because I have merged everything into that one club, it's gonna be a big one. Like, I will warn you now. I haven't been buying Scentsy, I haven't been buying candles, I haven't been buying body care, and my stash it's a ghost. It's a shadow of what it once was. I have been going through my shit, which is great. I'm so happy. I'm not complaining. But it also means that, like, I want to get more stuff because, I mean, I definitely don't need it. I don't need any of this in my life. I could totally live without it, but it just brings me joy and happiness, right? And those of you that are watching, it probably does for you too, and that's why you're into this stuff. So I'm very excited for that. I'll probably do one more edit of that club before it ships, because it's huge. And it's got things in it that I've been waiting to try forever. So the Sanderson Sisters bars, I know I'm too late, but the scent notes just sounded so good and I didn't want to pay extra shipping, so I just threw it in my club because that's what I do. But I'm super stoked for that. There's a lot coming in that club, actually, that I'm super stoked for. But before I get that, hopefully you will see a Home Fragrance Empties Part 2 from me. Other than that, I'm not quite sure if there will be any other videos anytime soon, because off the top of my head, I don't have any plans. So if there's something that you would like to see, leave me a comment, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry this was a long one, but I'm not really surprised. I kind of thought it was gonna be a long one because, well, I'm a talker. That's why I do this. That's why I do this. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you dig this sort of content, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell as well. That way you won't miss any upcoming content. Okie dokie. Thanks for listening to me ramble. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderfully scented day. Bye, guys.